This is one of my favorite ever classic cars in the history of mankind. And you know what? My sons both love it as well. Probably because this car is featured in the Cars movie. And well, if you're a dad with kids, then you'd know exactly what I'm talking about. Anyhow, this is the new Plymouth Superbird electric version. And I love it. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. It's great to see you. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Now, I'll be at the EV show in Melbourne in late September. I'll have some discounted tickets available with a promotion code for me. And if you'd like to come, I'll be there at 12 o'clock on the Saturday, and I'll be doing a keynote presentation there. So I'd love to see all of you. And then I'll have something afterwards as well at my place. Anyhow, if you can come, wherever you're from, America, Sydney, Melbourne, doesn't matter. We'd love to see you. Plymouth Superbird. Well, this vehicle is paying homage to an absolute legend of a car. And I've said this to my brother many times playing the game Gran Turismo. I just love this car. I don't know, something about it. The original version, this version looks quite different. But I think it, in some ways, is just as cool. This Plymouth Superbird was actually made by some university or college students. Within the realm of American automobile manufacturing, there exists numerous vehicles that have this kind of image, this iconic image of timelessness. For me, 66 Chevy Camaro, right? Same thing, fastback Mustang, 66, 67, around that period. Then you've got the Dodge Challenger Chargers from back in the early 70s. This is even more iconic, in my opinion. The Plymouth Superbird could be the most iconic American car ever made. Could be. They're worth a lot of money now too. But this electric version is like a new reincarnation of that vehicle. And it's had a lot of people go, whoa, what is this? This is bringing back some memories. This is the ultimate iteration of the Plymouth Roadrunner. The Superbird was manufactured for only a single model year, unfortunately, purposefully engineered for NASCAR racing. It served as Plymouth's subsequent design following the Charger Daytona by its sister company Dodge in the previous season. The vehicle displayed distinct graphic imagery and featured a unique horn sound, both paying homage to the iconic Looney Tunes character, the Roadrunner. Unfortunately, the company Plymouth no longer exists, but this was a highly modified, short-lived version of the Plymouth Roadrunner. It was the factory's follow-up stock car racing design for the 1970 season to the Dodge Charger Daytona of 1969. It incorporated many engineering changes, modifications, both minor and major, garnered from the Daytona's season in competition. It actually used a massive 426 cubic inch or 426 cubic inch 7-litre Hemi V8 engine with a pair of 4-barrel Carter AFB carburetors producing 425 horsepower or only 317 kilowatt. Doesn't sound like that much today, but for back then, that was a lot of power. Now, this new electric version is believed to be much, much faster than the original Superbird. Even though the original one obviously had that massive V8 engine, that 7-litre engine, it still only did 0 to 60 miles an hour in 5.5 seconds. This electric version, I've heard, does it in less than 3. Now, apparently this is meant to be what we're going to see in 2045. They're saying this is the 2045 version that would be made in the year 2045, like some sort of futuristic vehicle. No, I don't think that's the case at all. In fact, I think we're going to see vehicles like this exist in the 2030s, early 2030s, even late 2020s, with what? How they're going to exist? Well, 3D printing, materials manufacturing is massively improving now to the point where I think people will be able to design their own vehicles and have them pretty much printed entirely for them. It sounds crazy. This is my crazy idea that I have. But anyway, we'll see about that. Now, amazingly, this is a 2-door vehicle. Looks really small to me, but it does have 4 seats inside. And the car's front fascia has slim LED headlights and a black pointed nose that is recessed into the grille. When track mode is enabled, this nose and a pronounced splitter slide forward, giving the car a very similar look to the original. The rear of the car also changes when it's in track mode as the rear wing deploys to help the car stick to the pavement. It's like extreme downforce that you would get in a race. And that's the point of that massive rear wing. Now, the wing isn't only purposeful. It also has a bunch of LEDs all the way across it, which glow up and make it look really, really cool. I think this would be such a rad car to own. I wish hopefully, companies bring back retro cars like this. Now, like I said, unfortunately, Plymouth no longer exists, but it was actually a brand of automobiles produced by the Chrysler Corporation and its successor, Daimler Chrysler. The brand was launched nearly 100 years ago in 1928 to compete in what was then described as the low-priced market segment that was dominated at the time by Chevrolet and Ford. It became a high-volume seller for the automaker until the late 1980s. Plymouth cars were marketed primarily in the United States. The brand was withdrawn from the marketplace in 2001. The Plymouth models that were introduced up until then were either discontinued or rebranded as Chrysler and Dodge. Now, the reality is, Chrysler, Dodge, Stellantis, they still own this brand. They could resurrect it and make EVs, reincarnations of some of the classic American muscle cars from NASCAR racing, from all kinds of, the sort of things we see in the movies today. We think, wow, that thing's really cool. Imagine a reincarnated version of that. Imagine an electric resto mod reincarnation of that. That's the sort of thing, in my opinion, that dreams are made of. But maybe I'm getting carried away here, guys. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.